Hey, we're live, maybe? Uh, oh, you're not. You're not live. Oh, why aren't you? Zyga, be audible. Oh no. Hold on. It's not working. Please, not like this. Say words again.
Am I
There,
hello, hello,
there you
hello?
are. Okay. Professional podcast. Well prepared.
Oh my
Not.
goodness.
Oh, don't you start on me. I don't want to hear it. Clean operation. Brilliantly executed every time. Gosh, can't.
I
Why?
I am I'm just like in awe.
Because it's so good,
No.
right?
No. Oh my gosh, I should pull up the chat because I
Yeah, please. I don't know if my chat's working on my end. In addition to the four other things that crashed the 5 minutes before we started the stream, I'm really not sure if I'm getting chat. I think I'm getting some chat. Hello to the some chat that I see. I see Hatun and Lala. They're they're theorizing that we might talk about Oshinoko today. They're going to be sorely disappointed. I see Smo's here. Lots is starting out strong tonight. Thank you, as all. Look, we're just give me a chance, please. Just I've only been streaming for a year. Oh no. What does it mean if you've like? I think I haven't done an exact count, but I think I've gone live like probably close to 200 times. Um, do you think after like 200 times you're supposed to know how to do something?
I have I have no idea.
like, like what?
I mean I mean if the odds are that you should, like
Like,
if the stars are aligned, it should be a thing that you
um,
should be Tokuya.
look, 苦手かどうかわからないけど、we're gonna, Tune, don't you judge me. I want to hear it right now. Um, we're, oh my gosh. Ms. Grace and Zyga is here too.
Yes, I am here. I am hither.
Yeah, he even more somehow managed to be more prepared than me, despite being less aware that this was happening today than I was. Gray doesn't meditate to the universe enough. The universe doesn't think about my needs enough. That's the problem. Stupid universe. Anyway, how are you doing today, Saiga?
Well, I'm doing okay.
That's
Just like,
that's
you know,
good. That's good.
chilling,
Yeah,
um,
maxing,
yeah,
relaxing, all cool.
relaxing. Did a nice uh helped a group do the newest extreme trial.
Oh, nice.
Um, got like four
In
people of
14,
their
right?
clears. Yeah.
Okay,
Got like four people their clears. So that's pretty cool.
that is exciting.
Yeah. Always
That's
like
really
helping
cool to
people
hear.
out that way.
That is very cool
Um,
of you.
Other than that, not really much. Um, I've been just like watching some anime, all the all that stuff.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
what else have I been doing? I can't really think.
Just, just so many riveting things to talk about, I'm sure.
Got a
Where to
new
choose?
figure
Oh yeah,
that
I
I
heard you
posted
were.
on Discord.
Yeah, it was a nice looking picture. I think I could actually see your drool on it. How excited you were.
Yes, it's literally my favorite figure right now.
Yeah.
that Megami figure, and I'm so excited to have it in my collection.
It's a nice looking figure, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So you can check it out on the Discord if you're curious, I guess.
Yeah, I think I posted it in the anime section.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've just been, hanging out. What about you? How's everything been for you?
Oh, as you know already, it's so relaxing and good. Um, just, just the best. Um, I see Lala was working on being a fixer today, fixing toilets. That's exciting. By exciting, I mean not not like fun, but good luck with. I hope that went well. I guess my day it was really good. Like honestly, things were going really well till like 40 minutes ago. I already kind of told Zaiga about this, but uh, I found out that the car insurance that I thought I had actually I don't have. It pulled a Mr. Magician, and I've never had car insurance apparently, according to the all of my sources. Like, and it's still in the middle of figuring that out actually. But basically, uh, sometime during December or January, my car insurance canceled itself without telling me or anybody else, and never encountered that problem before, so I don't really know what the protocol is. And so far, the car insurance people don't know what the protocol is either because they're like, this has never happened. It's like, well, I had this before. I've been working, I had you people for 8 years. You can't just tell me you've never been a customer. But anyway, um, it's super cool. I love it. And now we're talking about anime, which is way more interesting and fun. So that's what we're gonna do right now, and let tomorrow's problems be tomorrow's problems.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing
It's a thing.
that happened.
I don't know. I have a really good way of finding things that are like things that have never been a problem. I managed to find them and make them a problem. It's a specialty around here. But uh, how about that anime? I don't. I guess anything else we want to talk about before we just get into the 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 show proper?
Um, I watched a show separate from the season.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember this, but it was this anime from like a few years ago. It was called Aho Girl. You ever heard of it?
yeah. I've heard of. I've read some of the manga, just a little.
Well, let me tell you, that was like the funniest anime I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, was it actually really good? I didn't see the anime ever, so
The anime is pretty funny. It's really short. Every episode's like half an episode's length, so like 12 minutes,
okay. Hmm.
and it's on a Crunchyroll.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just about like this like really really dumb girl, I think. Well, dumb as in like she gets like zeros on every single one of her tests and then prides herself in it.
Um,
And
that is
uh
kind of impressive.
and is just like basically a child in a JK's body.
Cool.
And it's pretty funny. It's really funny. And then just like everyone else like has their own like little quirks, but
Mm.
there's like just some absolutely just completely sane people that are just like along for the ride, and just like the pain that they're in is just so funny.
Yeah. That's good. Huh.
This one girl, I felt so sorry for her because she was just like going along with everything that the main girl was doing, and it was like physically painful.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Oh.
But yeah, I watched that. That
Okay.
was that was that was fun.
That sounds like that'd be a fun because I remember the. I think I read like the
It was
first volume or so, and it's pretty Pretty good time, when I remember.
Yeah, it's like Three Stooges esque.
Right, yeah, it seemed like very slapsticky. Because
Yeah,
there's like the guy friend who's like basically her caretaker at school, where
yeah,
he's in charge of making sure she comes home not dead.
yeah. And I love that her mom was trying to get him to like marry her, and she tries to keep every girl away from him
Yeah.
because they have to get married because of her retirement. She does not want to take care of her.
Right. She's like, you're my only chance of keeping this girl alive.
Alive and away from me.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh, it's really funny. I'd recommend it for like a good laugh.
there you go. All right.
Um, Other than that, um, have you ever heard of like this is like way off topic,
Uh-oh. A tangent.
but do you know about like gaming supplements and stuff like that, like G Fuel, Gamer Supps, Advanced
Uh
GG? Do you know those?
I mean, I've heard I've probably heard of some of those products. I didn't know there was a whole designation of gaming supplements. Is that really what that market is called?
Yeah, that's kind of like what it's called.
I don't know if I like that, but go on.
So they're basically just like this like stuff that you mix with water and then drink. Kind of like, you know, I forgot. I don't know what those things are called, but yeah, you just mix it has different flavors, you mix it together, it has like different stuff in it, like caffeine, whatever. So yeah, yeah, they sell it at video game stores all the time.
It's so like it doesn't make any sense though. But like,
Yeah, flavor powder with caffeine, basically. That's basically what it is.
but just what? Is that really what that all that is?
Yeah.
That seems so silly.
They've been pretty popular nowadays.
Yeah, I
But
remember
the
our one roommate, former roommate, used to do those. I think, but
Yeah, he used to yeah, he did the G Fuel ones.
yeah, I think I kind of remember seeing those like boxes and packets around. But anyway,
Now, I don't like G Fuel. G Fuel, like when you like mix it, it like doesn't really mix well.
mm,
Well, it doesn't like dissolve all the way. You have to like
mm.
always mix it, and I don't really like that.
Oh,
But
it takes
I've been
work to make your drink.
yes,
Oh no,
yeah, there are weird ones. But I, there's this brand called Gamer Subs, and that's the
sure,
one I'm into at the moment.
sure,
Um,
sure.
because they're like anime based. They
It doesn't
like
taste like anime.
no anime based is in like they focus their merchandise around anime.
It's just all their bottles are covered in cute girls.
Yeah, basically. They
Perfect.
have these waifu cups that have
Okay.
like a different like drawing on them, and they
Mm,
like sell them every month or something like that.
of
Sometimes a
course.
couple a month, and they're
Okay.
like limited and rare
Ah, of course.
because they never restock them, and um they're like once it's out, it's out. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're sponsored by a lot of people, and like uh some like creators have gotten like their own cups and like got to like design them, some like content creators and stuff,
Hmm.
but they're like really collectible because I like drinking them all the time. I remember showing you one of them.
Oh, is that where you got
Yeah,
that one? I remember that.
yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
but also like their flavors, they have like a flavor called anime girl thighs. They
Of
have a
course.
they have a flavor, called, titty milk.
Of course, of course.
Um, they have a flavor called, like, emotional damage.
See, I can't even, I'm trying to like even like imagine what like these flavors would be. Like I
I
could,
actually I tried the titty milk one, and it
of course
actually
you would.
tasted pretty good.
Did it taste accurate is the question.
I wouldn't know, but it was pretty great.
It's I'm glad you're finding things you like, and I'm happy for you. It's such a mysterious concept to me, but
I
glad you're having fun.
But, like, the thing I like most about them is the waifu cup things because 'cause they're very, like, collectible stuff,
Right, that's kind of cool.
and I really like drinking out of them, like, those shaker cups.
Hmm.
So, I usually, like, fill mine up with water all the time, etcetera, etcetera.
Well, there you go.
So,
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like it comes like a something kind of tangible you get to keep forever. So that's neat.
yeah,
I I
and
I can halfway
the
respect this.
and the, supplement stuff is, like, okay, like, there it's just, like, flavored water, stuff for
Mm-hmm.
flavored water.
Sure,
So but I mostly just use mine for water.
that's
So
fair.
and I have, like, 4 cups, I think.
Hmm.
2 I use if I ever have, like, the powder stuff 'cause it, like, uh, it makes the plastic of the cup taste like have, like, a taste. So whenever I put in just, like, regular water, it tastes like whatever I drank last.
Hmm.
So I have to have, like, 2 that I just use for water.
Okay,
Anyway, that was a kinda, like, long-ish tangent.
it's all good.
And, what sucks is that they sell out, like, within an hour nowadays.
You can't just like
It's
there's like not a, like a subscription thing or
there isn't a subscription thing. Like,
weird.
uh, they just sell out so fast. Like, they literally they have gotten so popular that it's just like, bam, they're gone. Bam, they're gone.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
it's a nice little collection thing if you ever are interested. There's
Okay.
one that's gonna come out for available to order in like a day or so.
Hmm. Okay. Well, there you go.
I'll link it to you later so you can see.
Sure thing, boss.
But anyway, I got one of those cups in the mail the other day, uh, yesterday, of
Okay.
like a content creator.
Hmm.
So Lala, you should drink water.
Do it in your cool, Lala. Anyway, now
You have to drink water.
Tune says that could be the sponsor for me. I'll reach out to them. I'll have my people contact their people.
Water is great. Hydro homies.
Yeah,
I actually like gave up. I gave up soda.
that's right.
It's been a month since I've not
I
drunk
remember
soda.
because you're really droopy and sad for a while.
I still am droopy about
I
it.
mean,
I
I have
like
a lot of
I
respect for
look at
that, though.
the I look at the like Dr. Pepper whenever I go to the store. I like stare at it for like like a minute.
Yeah.
Then right next to it I see the Coke and then I stare at it and then I get depressed because I like turn the corner and then there's the thing where I fill up my water and my water jug. Then I fill up my water jug and I'm just like sigh.
Yeah. One of those water people. You know, everybody in the
Yeah.
soda aisle has party hats on, having a good time. Then I mean,
Yeah, it sucks.
No, I mean I respect that. Like I did quit soda for a long time, and now I'm kind of back into it. Unfortunately, like, I'm trying really hard to like minimize soda in my life because I mean soda is like so unbelievably bad for you like every step of the way.
Yeah.
It's it's I mean I guess like maybe drinking battery acid's worse, but there really aren't like a lot of like edible liquids you can put in your body that are worse than soda. Like I don't.
Something interesting with me was that like so I drank like I think it was I think it's 2 to 3 cans a day for over 10 years.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes 4. And like um I don't think I ever like maybe like when I was in Japan, like I didn't drink much because I drank like mostly Calpis and stuff.
Sure. And Picari's smart
Um
naturally.
yeah. So I kind of got off of it when I went to Japan,
Mm.
but I still did drink some soda here and there. Um but yeah, I drank like 2 to 3 cans a day after when I got back and then like before.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got off of it, um, I made it my because there's this content creator I follow. His name's Lord Athelstan. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. Really good content creator, really
Mm.
funny guy. He last November he like did a challenge to everyone. He was like, "This is like your like no vice November thing. You
Mm.
pick one of your like vices that you've been struggling with. You try to get rid of it for the month."
Hmm.
And I was like, "All right, I'll try doing soda." And I got all the way up until I had to go to Japan. And then when I was in Japan, like some of those mornings, because the my like sleep schedule was so off because of the jet lag,
Right.
that I had to drink like some energy drinks. So I got back on the wagon, and then it wasn't until like last month and like no in like late February that I was like, all right, I'm going to restart this, do an entire month without soda, and see how far I get. And and here I am, and uh, about a month and all the way here in April, and it's it's rough. It's rough,
It's a hard life.
but my sleeping has gotten a lot better.
Well, that's good.
I never realized how much like the caffeine was affecting my sleep because I thought it was just like how I slept. But um, it's nice being able to go to bed early, stuff like that.
All right. There's some perks, especially yeah, caffeine. Really.
I miss it. I miss it so much. Like you don't even know how much it would. Like I would seriously would probably cry if I could drink one right
All right.
now.
Well, better start swigging on that water.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Think
I have my
happy
water.
thoughts.
Anyway, sorry that was a long tangent.
It's all good. So, anime is a thing, right?
Yes, anime is a thing.
Do you do you
This
do
seasonal
you,
stuff.
do you like anime, Zyga?
I don't know. Probably. I think you are like it more than me
I
because you
mean, I
watch so much all the time.
unbelievable amounts of anime. I watched. Like, I don't want to alarm you, Zyga. I watched multiples of anime this week. I
Multiples.
yeah, multiples, more than one. It's it was pretty wacky and wild around here. Yeah, so I guess
I'm like in utter disbelief right now.
I am too. I'm probably lying, but anyway,
Yeah, did you
uh,
like look up synopsises or something like that, or
I was reading all the cliff notes. It's the quickest way. You just like or like the wiki fandoms. You can really breeze through a lot of series like in 10 minutes that way. It's really great. It's
Oh yeah,
almost
that
as
sounds like
good.
great. That sounds like an amazing, uh, amazing way how to just bluff your way through this podcast.
Yep.
Sounds like you've thought of this.
I definitely have never done this in the past. Anyway, so just not to change the subject, but gonna go ahead. We're gonna take away the title. We're gonna pull up the computer screen that doesn't have the browser source. Hold on, guys, just a second.
Yes, the lab coat is a lie. That's so true.
My lab coat was well earned. I got it at a secondhand shop, fair and square. Anyway, we're on the magical My Anime list. We're here to talk about actually what I should be doing. Go to I know how to do things. Nobody judge me. I'm calling a judgment ban for the next hour. If I see any judgment, you lose points.
I saw that you never updated your my anime list. Like I
I
looked at it.
I
You never updated it.
gosh, I'm working on things. I got things to do. I'm busy. Um, just, um,
That just sounds like an excuse.
well, I just hit the TV tropes page and now I know the whole series. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and so the season is spring 2023, and uh, that's the story. Do people
Yes.
know how anime seasons work? Or we get four seasons a year of anime of various kinds,
Yes.
depending.
January through March, April through June, July through October, and no, July through September, and then October through December.
Yeah. You already you already know more than I've never actually been entirely sure how it splits, so that's fascinating if that's the case.
That is, yeah, that's how it is.
All of your points are
Every
on
time.
thin ice. The gray can give and the gray can take away. Um. Anyway, so
Empty threats.
the emptiest, just like the empty calories of soda. Um.
Yes.
My anyway, we're anime. How so? As we all know, every anime season has approximately uh, an effing ton of anime approximately released every season. How many have you been checking out? Have you checked out so far? Monsieur Zaiga?
And
10. All right.
yeah,
That's
I've seen about
we're neck and neck on anime, so that's good to hear. I'm glad you're finally pulling part of your load there, Zyga. That's good to hear. So
yeah.
um, now I've got oodles of anime I could talk about as well, but why don't you go ahead and share one of yours first?
I think that's telling of like how this podcast is gonna go.
Oh no, we're equal contributors. I just want to give you a turn to start because I'm gonna
Like
people are gonna be drowning in the number of animes that I've watched, so I want to start them off easy.
so how should we do this? Like are we talking like best to worst, worst to best, or uh most
Uh,
interesting first, or how do we want to do this?
that's a good question. Maybe I mean, do you think you could mentally calculate like a worst to best, or you just want to go like at whichever ones come to mind first?
Um
I mean,
well, the problem is for me is that, like I've seen 2 episodes of everything
right.
except for one, and it's kind of hard to tell if I like or dislike it because like everything I've rated so far is like a 7 out of 10. So
Mm-hmm.
because that's my like basic rating I give to like first episodes or something like that. If I like am like not sure what to give it at the moment, so
Sure, sure.
I'll just start doing ones that come to mind, and
Sure.
I'll save the best ones for last. Save the
Yeah,
best ones for last.
that's fair.
Um, so I guess I'll start with uh Konosuba, I guess.
An
Konosuba
explosion.
spin-off.
Explosion
Explosion
on
of the
this
New
wonderful
World.
world.
Yes. I don't know if everyone has seen Konosuba before. That's like Konosuba is probably I think one of the best isekai anime ever made. It's basically like a sitcom isekai. That's what I would guess. That's what I would call it. A sitcom isekai.
That's fair because
And
it's definitely like largely episodic in its style.
yeah,
Like,
and it's really funny. It's really funny. And each character has like their own little quirks and stuff like that, and they're each like dumb in their own way. Even the
sure,
main
sure.
character at times is dumb, but
Well,
like um this is about one of the girls in the Konosuba group called Megumin.
right. She gets her own
And
starring role.
yeah, her thing is that she like loves explosion magic, and that's the only type of magic she'll learn is explosion magic. It's like one spell and that's it. And that's what she puts all of her like um energy into.
Yeah, all of her eggs are in the explosion basket.
Yeah. And she literally can't do anything else. She's terrible at everything else. And it's kind of like about her and like how she like got to that like mindset. And yeah,
I
it,
think
it
you two nailed
but
it.
the yeah, I do nailed it. But the thing is that her like village that she's in, it's basically like a Chunibyo village.
Mm,
Her like that's like her like village. They're all like Chunibyos. They all like think they're so cool and that like have like crazy names for things and like want to look the coolest. And so it's kind of like about her and that village or whatever.
right.
It's pretty funny. Like when they're like like one scene that I really liked was when they were at school and she was trying to like keep this cat,
Mm,
and the teacher was like, "No, you cannot bring this cat to class." And then Megumin like looks at it and then it's like, "But this cat, it's like keeping all of my demonic energy and it's feeding off of me. If I don't have the cat near me, then I will explode." And then the teacher's like, "Oh no, I'm not falling for that." But then she starts going like, "But it houses this like dark and black energy," and then just like starts to like explain it in like this detail. And then the teacher's like, "That is the coolest thing I've ever heard. You can keep the cat."
pretty great.
But yeah.
Nice.
Anyway,
So,
it's pretty funny so far. I've only seen 2 episodes. It's has that same Konosuba like really funny humor,
right.
and yeah, it's
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, I'll say because I've never actually watched any Konosuba, but I've read a lot of the light novels. I'm actually in the light novel series. I'm in the middle of reading the Megamine spin-offs.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I just happened to be like I finished volume one. I have to think volume two of the explosion I have to read next, but and yeah, it's it's fun. I don't know. It's like Megumin's probably been not necessarily like my favorite character in Konosuba, but I think out of all the options, she's probably the one that has the best chance of standing on her own for a separate series. Because
But the best character though is Yunyun.
oh, that's filthy lies. I mean,
She is literally the best character of Konosuba.
in terms of like moral goodness for like on the scale of like being morally good and actually competent, you're probably right. Like she really deserves better than the terrible
She
world
does.
she lives in. And she like
Like all she wants is a friend, and like
she'll never get it.
she'll it's so sad.
She
It's so sad, but it's so funny at the same time.
no yeah. So I mean she's great. I mean I for me my favorite character probably is Aqua, which is probably stereotypical or something. Or I don't know if people
No,
actually
Aqua's
maybe I don't know, but like I don't know. Aqua's a character that really grows in you because she starts off as a horrible brat who is terrible to everybody, but as the series progresses, she remains a horrible brat who's terrible to everybody, and I respect that.
kind of like a short little synopsis of original Konosuba series. It's basically this guy gets hit by Truck Kun, and he goes to like the afterlife, and then there's this goddess there, and this goddess is like super bratty to him
Just the
and
worst.
the worst.
They're really mocking
And
him.
she's like, okay, you get to choose one thing that you could bring with you to this new world. And then he's like, well, I guess I'll choose you. And then she is forced to like go to this new world with him, and lo and behold, she's like absolutely worthless. She cannot do anything.
Yeah,
And
he made a
she goes
poor
up,
choice.
yeah, she made a poor choice. And he basically just brought her there for spite.
Yeah,
And she like goes up to people and she's like, I'm this goddess, but they don't believe her and stuff like that. It's pretty funny.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
is just a series of wacky misadventures of a bunch of people who are just. I mean, they're all terrible in different ways, really. Like, I don't know if any of the main, like, if there's anyone in the main cast you can really consider like a good person. Like,
It's
I mean,
Union. Union's the best
she's
one.
not really a main cast member. She's very intentionally like thrown to the side as much as they can. Like, because I think whenever she's around, they all feel super guilty about how terrible they are, and so they.
Yeah.
But man, it's a fun series, top class
Anyway,
isekai. But yeah, we really
anyway, check it out.
distracted.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out if you haven't yet. It'll give you a
In,
good laugh.
indeed. There you go. Yes, a decent choice. That's definitely one I will watch eventually. I probably want to watch the first animated season or seasons, like the regular series first. But
So
so
should I continue?
yeah, maybe just to balance this out, you could maybe share like another seven or
3?
nine.
Oh my gosh, dude.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, if you wanted to share one more, sure.
Um, okay. I guess the next one that I'll talk about is this my first friend or something like what's it called?
Oh,
My
my foolish first friend or something like. I think I know what we're talking about.
what is it called?
Clueless first friend.
My Clueless First Friend, yeah. So, My Clueless First Friend is this really cute show about this girl who is like kind of like bullied in her class. They all call her a Shinigami, like Grim Reaper,
Mm.
because of like the way how she looks. How she looks all gloomy all the time and like is to herself. And
Mm.
then this one guy, this transfer student, kind of like befriends her. They're like, I think it's like takes place in like elementary school or something like that.
Sure. Some.
And this kid is like super, I wouldn't say in love with her, just like admires her like so much and like wants to be her because she is like called the Grim Reaper and he thinks that's the coolest thing ever.
I mean,
So he
that's a pretty sweet name to get monikered with in like middle, fifth grade, apparently, according to this.
yeah. So he's just like is like, "Oh my gosh, you're so amazing. I like the I wish I had that cool nickname." And while everyone else is just like everyone else is just like trying to like make fun of her and stuff like that, but he like flips it every single time to make it sound like they were actually praising her. It, it's and then like I swear that the main guy, this kid
Hmm.
is so smooth. Like he like is like so filled with so much Riz that like he is like a Riz balloon.
Yeah. Did he eat the sube fruit?
Yes, he's so smooth. Like people should just take notes. He literally like flatters her the all the time, and like it's so cute. It's so cute,
Nice.
and yeah, and the art style is very like chibi esque, very simple. And it's just like a nice little cute show.
Right. I feel like I mentioned this last time when you brought this up, but like the main girl character really reminds you like Gegege no Kitaro. Like the hairstyle is almost exactly the same. It's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
so
uh,
if you ever want like a kind of like a relaxing show that will that's pretty cute. Check it out.
nice. Yeah, this is actually I didn't quite get to it this week, but this is one I am planning to watch. See, I got marked plan to watch right there.
Yeah.
See, proof. Um, so yeah, that one definitely looks like it's a good pleasant one.
And then there's the other one that I talked about last time, which was Skip and Loafer.
Skippy loafers,
Skip and Loafer. I think that's what it's called.
like peanut butter and bread. I gotcha.
Yeah, Skip and Loafer. That one's a pretty good at like kind of like high school story. I think it's supposed to have some romance in it, but I've heard that the romance is like very mild and very like slow going.
Okay.
And it is about a like girl who has like moved from the countryside to Tokyo and just kind of her experience with that.
Hmm.
And the thing about her is that I think I told you this last time. She has like 100% confidence in like everything she does, but like has a zero in execution.
Perfect. That's always what you want.
Yeah. And she like could have like the worst day, but like when she comes back, she'd be like, that was like the best day. Everything went right. And she like lies through her teeth.
Yeah. You gotta
And
put out into the universe what you want to get out of it, right?
yeah.
Maybe it'll eventually
So
work.
so it's a nice like I want to say it's a shoujo manga. Feels like a shoujo manga. Um,
Like, is it
art
actually
style is
based off
new.
of manga? Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it considered a seinen apparently, but still.
Oh, but it feels like kind of like a more realistic take on like school anime, I think.
Hmm.
Or it feels more mature, I guess is the
Okay.
correct word. Um, I don't know. I enjoy it so far.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, this is also my plan to watch list. I'm not sure if I will make it to this one this season, but it's definitely like I want to keep my eye on it. You have to let me know how it progresses for you if you continue to enjoy it.
Yeah, of course. And then one more I'll go into is before I throw the baton to you
Oh, gracious
is
Zaiga-san.
Galaxy Next Door. Otonari no
Galaxy.
ni Ginga.
Sure thing. I've got that
Probably
one.
down at the bottom. Near the bottom. I don't know.
It could be. I'll find it. Can't please stop. Okay. Yeah. Galaxy. I've definitely passed it. Anyway, but yeah. So Galaxy Next Door.
Galaxy Next Door. It's a romance anime about this like guy who is a mangaka
Mm.
that he's trying to get a assistant, and then they like send him this assistant who's this girl, and she's really good at what she does, and apparently she's like some sort of like alien or something like that,
Naturally.
and she like has, and then like she suddenly like as this like situation happens, something happens, and then she's like, I guess we're engaged to be married now since you did that to me. It was like something weird. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like, um, and then like it's really interesting because it's more of an adult romance because they like when they like talk to each other, it feels like, oh, we're actually talking about how this is affecting us, and like we're actually talking through things instead of just like
Communication. Romance. What is
yeah, instead of
this?
like creating like unnecessary drama by not like communicating, they just like sit there and then they're like, okay, so I guess this just happened to us. Let's talk about this. Then they talk about it like adults, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
But how are they supposed to have unnecessary conflict caused by poor word choice? Like
Yeah,
where does the slapstick comedy come in?
it's just doesn't exist.
That's crazy. Can't believe
But
this.
this feels like a yashikike romance, like a relaxing show.
Okay.
So, um, like there's only been 2 episodes so far, and I'm enjoying it. It's a very like just relaxing show to watch.
Okay. Very cool.
And her like alien powers and stuff is just like it's not like super crazy or anything like that.
Mm.
Like apparently like when this like ritual happens and she was like basically engaged to get married with someone, they like um when like let's say that they like argue or something, and then like one of them will start the guy will start to like get sick or something like that,
Hmm.
or um if they're like apart for too long he gets sick, and when they're like close and they like hold hands or something like that, then like he gets like less sick, and like his like cold is cured or something like that. it's this weirdish thing, but yeah.
It sounds like she's conditioning him slightly to be like, oh, you can't
uh,
be apart from me.
yeah, and then
It's a
and
little concerning.
and she like does not want that, and he's kind of like, and they both are kind of like at this point at the, well, in episode 2 they're like, yeah, we want to figure out how to undo this engage thing, because she like doesn't like seeing him in pain, and it was kind of like an accident how they got together.
Mm.
So yeah, it's just it's a wholesome adult romance.
Hmm.
Uh,
No,
and
that's
thus I pass the baton to you.
neat. That that one sounds actually more interesting. I'm gonna add this to my plan to watch. I was going to skip it, but you said
Yeah,
Alien, and so now I have to watch it. I'm obligated.
try an episode.
I'll definitely check it out. So cool. All right.
Give it the
And
3 episode rule.
sure, I could give it at least 3 episodes. But and howdy to Nai-chan who just joined us. Good to see
Hello,
you.
hello.
So now is my turn to share uh, what is probably the greatest anime of the year. No, I'm kidding. Um, this is the first just anime I watched of the season anyway, if that counts for something. Um, we're gonna talk about Mashal, which is magic and muscles. Just
Magic and muscles.
yes, it's so hear me out on this, Zyga. What if the greatest magic is going to the gym? And what if that was the concept of an entire show?
Uh, I mean, okay.
But so okay, but let me. I guess let me. Here's the concept because the show is actually better than it has any right to be. Um,
Okay.
basically, this is about. I mean, I guess this takes place on a world where magic is like the dominant thing, right? Like humanity is like kind of like gradually evolved to the point where like it's basically like universal that everybody has some level of magic
Yeah.
in them that they can use. And it's just like kind of become like part of like the natural way of life to the point where like basically like people just like super rely on magic for everything. But then the main character, whose name I forget, because it's such a good memorable show. The
Mash Dead.
sure, yeah, that sounds good. Mash Bernadette, that's what it is. Um, yeah, it's basically he was born and he is completely unable to use magic. Like basically, it's like a genetic fluke that he just happened to be born without it. And it's the problem being that anybody that's born without magic in this new world is killed. Usually, like it's like this like there's this thing like they in order to like increase the magic, I guess like to keep they want to like keep the blood pure and like they're basically trying to like breed humanity towards more and more magic or
Yeah.
whatever. And so he ends up not being killed as a child because his father like hides him away in the forest, and he works out every day because like it, it it's a mix of a serious show and a silly show. But basically, he works out every day because he can't do any magics training. He becomes super buff, and he's so buff that he's actually able to. It I don't know. Basically, he's so strong that it looks like magic to other people because magic has become like you're so overly dependent on magic that doing anything requiring physical strength is like not a thing.
Hmm.
And so now he's going to magic school, and that's about as far into the show as I've gotten because he can like lift a cup without magic, and I'm like, oh, it's crazy. I mean, and there's a bit more to it than that, but basically he's living his life being ultra fit,
Oh, okay.
and it's kind of
Okay.
like it. I mean, I'm guessing based on like the episode I've seen so far is like he's basically going to like Harry Potter, like Hogwarts style school, and then he's gonna make friends with a bunch of a wacky cast of folks and continue to be super cool and muscular.
It kind of just reminds me of My Hero Academia a little bit, but instead of him getting the powers, he like doesn't get them and just like powers through.
Right. And like
Right?
it really is like it's the direction I kind of hoped my year would have gone. Like I was so disappointed when Deku actually got powers because it was like, well, feels like that really undid the message up to that point. Anyway, that's a whole other story. And so, I mean, it seems like at least so far the show's really committed to the idea that like he's never going to have magic, and he's just going to make his way in the world regardless. Just kind of a cool idea.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I'd say the only problem with it, like, does he not have any? Oh, the only thing I really don't like is Mash as like his personality in and of itself is kind of bland. Maybe that's like intentional. I don't know. He's like very monotone the way he speaks. So, but I don't know. Well, I'll see how it goes. It's a fun, silly show. So, and yeah, magic and muscles. When you have a name like that, I had to watch it
Huh.
because it's like
Okay.
because there was a light novel series I liked. It was called Muscles Are Better Than Magic, which is kind of a not exactly the same. It was a similar kind of story, but
Maybe I'll have to check that out. Is that on Crunchyroll?
this one is on Crunchyroll. Yeah,
Sweet.
so yeah, it's different and it's one of those things where like it's like very silly but pulling it off in a pretty classy way, I think. So anyway, and I can continue to update you if it actually is worth watching or not. If you don't want to get to it right away, but
Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
that just says Harry
Yeah.
Potter plus One Punch Man. That's pretty close, honestly. So
Oh,
I I did totally watch Kinnikuman. That was my favorite show as a kid, Hatun. Love Kinnikuman. It was Ultimate Muscle in America. But
I've never seen it.
I mean, it's basically just like pro wrestling, but as an anime, but even more over the top and silly. But yeah, that's also a pretty fun show if you ever you're like, man, I sure want to watch a bunch of muscular guys get sweaty and being a ring together. Like, anyway, so that was. So I think that's I've shared about 3 shows now, so I think it's your turn again, Zaiga.
What? What was that sentence? Can you repeat that to me?
No, yeah, I think I've shared enough of the shows I'm watching, so you can take a turn now for a second.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, the next one I'm watching is Doctor Stone, season two. Season two? Season
Season
three?
three, season three, I think.
Season three?
Oh, there's spoilers
Doctor
for
Stone.
season 2, so I'm not gonna open it up, but
All right, well, Doctor Stone season three. Um,
like how I guess what are your do you want to give like a general synopsis of the show as a whole or
yeah, general synopsis of the show is that the world at one point everyone gets turned to stone, and then many years pass, and then our main character um gets out of the stone, and he's like this brilliant scientist, and he tries to restart humanity.
hmm, good synopsis.
And yeah, and so it's just about him um waking up other people, um finding out there's like indigenous people and then like helping them like creating basically using his scientific knowledge to create things that will make everyone's lives better and just bring everyone back.
Hmm.
I kind of have this like not love hate relationship, like love and think it's mid.
Oh, it's a love mid relationship. Okay.
Yeah, so Doctor Stone season 1 was very good. It was very good. But season 2 to me, I just didn't like the direction it went. It kind of like turned into, without any spoilers, it kind of turned into a generic shonen.
Hmm.
And then, because like before, it was like him like using his scientific knowledge to create things. And
Hmm.
then they kind of like brought in some shonen tropes, um, kind of made it like a fighting uh uh anime at one point. And
Right.
I was like the whole season too, I was like, this just feels out of place. Doesn't feel like this should be like where the story's heading.
Right.
So season 3 is like a return to form. And I'm like really enjoying season 3 right now.
Okay. Well, that's
So
good.
yeah, and it has some like interesting characters, and they're working towards this some interesting stuff, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go.
Cool. Yeah. You'll definitely have to keep me up on that because Doctor Stone was one of I loved season one. Like what you're saying, the concept of season one was just really fun to watch. Of him
Yeah,
managing to like basically just like force like the technological evolution of humanity, like from being like thousands of years to like a matter of weeks at the rate he was going, was like really fascinating to see how he pulls it off. And then
yeah,
yeah, I didn't even finish season two. I think I watched the first episode or two, and I was like, because yeah, because like season at the end of season one, like I started like having hints of that kind of weird stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, and then I didn't, and so I was like, drop it. So maybe I'll just like read a cliff notes of season two and then go to season three if it's worth it. But,
yeah. I would say you wouldn't really miss much, except for maybe what happens to like one or two characters.
right. Which
Um, but it's really a return to form, and I like you said, like season 1 was just very good. It's like it had like the best start to an anime or a series that I've seen.
yeah, the first three episodes are phenomenal. Like you get so hyped and like intrigued by the cast, and
Yeah,
it sets up such a great premise. But anyway, so yeah, I mean I'd say I mean obviously this is season three we're talking about, but I mean if you never watched season one, maybe go back and give it a check out because it really I can't really think of another show quite like it. Like
yeah,
it was a really just genuinely unique, well done show.
yeah. I completely agree. It's a really good shonen. Um, and even though season 2 is a bit of a low point, even though it's kind of low point, it's still like not like absolutely terrible. It's watchable, but it's just not as good as season 1
Right. Yeah, it's not like the fall from grace that One Punch Man had.
or Promise Neverland.
Or Promise Neverland. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about seeing like freaking a 9 turn into a 6 in like
No,
point 0.3 seconds, but
I think it's lower than that. I think a 9 to a 2.
yeah, that was disappointing.
I didn't even watch it. I just heard it unfold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll put up another one.
Sure, sure
Uh,
thing. Yeah, I just did
Another
my turn, so you can
one.
do yours next. That's fine.
Yamada-kun, the level 999. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what it's called.
Madhouse Studio,
Yes, Studio Madhouse. I think that's what it's called.
generally
This is
good.
a really good romantic comedy, I think.
Okay.
Uh, about this girl who I think I talked about this last time, maybe. Girl is in love with this guy, love with this has this boyfriend, and the boyfriend breaks up with her, and they like played a game together, an MMO together or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she likes the MMO, and
No,
uh,
no, I didn't want to click the ad. Sorry. Go on.
are you okay?
Look, we're all having a hard time in life, but you can continue talking about this girl who had a breakup. I promise to
Yeah.
listen closely.
So she's like trying to get over her previous boyfriend when this she meets this guy who is kind of like who was in like her guild or whatever in
Mm.
the video game, in her FC, I should say. She was in her FC in the game, and she was very uh he's like very like um quiet and like doesn't like mince words, doesn't really care about anything else besides the game.
Mm.
And things happen, and they meet up, and he is actually like a like streamer, an FPS streamer, and he's like extremely popular online in
Hmm.
like this space. And it's just about how these like two become close.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird seeing it like a streamer in a video game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not in an anime, I mean. In an anime.
Yeah,
Streamer
I
in an
think
anime.
I think we've had this exact conversation before. Because first of all, streamers are cringe, so they really shouldn't be in anime. I think we can all agree on this. But I guess secondly, because like the first streamer character I've encountered in anime was probably from Girlfriend. But you gave up on that amazing show too early to have met that
Let's
character.
not talk about that show. Let's not talk about that show.
Yeah, it's too
Oh
good for
my
this.
god. You
But
ruined that for me.
you're welcome.
Can't believe you ruined that show for me. I was
Yeah.
like having a good time with it, and then you
I
ruined
was
it.
just having a good time.
Now I can never watch it. That's like the one thing that like kills me. I can never watch it.
Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, so that Yamada-kun sounds like it kind of sniffs of what was um I can't remember. Never mind. Maybe there's another anime I was thinking of, but it's left my brain. So cool. So Yamada-kun.
Yeah, so it's just about like these two that are kind of like into video games, and um it's not like because there's been like other stuff like about like this type of premise, but it usually takes place inside of the game. But in
Mm,
this one, it takes place outside of the game in IRL kind of.
right. Okay.
So I like that about it. Is that sure it has like moments when they're like in the game and they're kind of like in like chibi form in the game, but it's mostly about what happens outside the game, which is cool.
Hmm.
It's a
Cool.
nice little romance.
Very nice. That sounds like a fun show.
Yes.
I approve of this message.
I guess I could share one more.
I mean, I can take a turn if you want.
Okay, okay. Go
Um,
ahead.
here
Go ahead.
I'll share the real best show of the season.
Okay, what is the real best show of the season?
My one hit kill sister.
My one hit kill sister.
Yes.
So One Punch Man sister.
Even better. This is actually a show where I feel bad having watched it. I'm going to continue because I did laugh while watching it. Um, it's this is one that I don't even think I can recommend as a joke, but so it's an isekai, right? Isekai one turn kill Nason. Basically the gist is in another world with my sister. Um, yeah, so the main character is is tragically isekai'd after saving a child from getting being hit by a car, as every other isekai protagonist always is. Um, and then he isekais and finds out that he has the crappiest stats ever. He has
Mhm.
like he has basically like nothing. He has like one skill for like rock throwing or something. That's all he's got. And so he's like, "Oh no, I'm doomed." And then right as he thinks he's going to get killed by the first monster he encounters, his sister also isekais, his older sister, and she comes to save him. And she has all the powers. She's incredibly OP. And then she saves him, and it turns out that she's like probably the most like the most overwhelmingly like creepy brocon sister that's ever been in anime.
But
She's pretty terrible.
the question is, there's one question on my
Sure,
mind.
sure.
Are they related by blood?
I mean that's the other thing. Like they really go out of their way to make that absolutely clear because they they constantly say what is it Honmei Honmei
Um,
Honmei Nesan, so like
Uh,
related by blood sister. Like he constantly makes that exact quote like all the time in the first episode, and she's super creepy and weird, and uh it's that's the show. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like it kind of it has the same flavor of oh, what is it? Another like Fantasy Knockout, that show from a year or two ago.
oh yeah, that one, Total Fantasy Knockout.
Yeah, Total Fantasy Knockout. It kind of smacks of that, mixed with uh do you like my mom and her multi-hit target attacks? Like if you saw that treasure of an isekai. It's a mix between those two. So because it's just what it is. And I watched two episodes. And I might give it the 3 episode rule, but I don't think it's going to change. It's going to be what it is. But I had to watch it because it had a really silly sounding name.
I have a question.
Sure thing, boss.
Are you into little sister anime? Your just sister anime?
No, I don't think so. Am I? No. Wait, no.
I I think you are.
No, that can't be true. No. My reviews.
I
What was an
mean,
exception. And also, the sister in that show is absolutely the worst and not at all the good part of the show.
one of these days we'll have a thing where we talk about Orimo.
Sure. Can explain why it is at an 11 out of 10 series.
No.
If you ignore 90% of that show, it's an 11 out of 10.
Anyway,
But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and say don't watch my one hit kill sister. It's exactly what it sounds like. I confirmed it. It's not a diamond in the rough. It's just rough. So
okay.
there you go. I have saved you all from her. I mean, it's not. I will say this at least, because like This is shady premise. It's not like fan servicey or etchy or anything. Like so, like there's nothing like it's not like super yabai. It's just there's just it's vaguely uncomfortable. So anyway, it at least gets a point for that.
Vaguely uncomfortable. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all.
It's fine.
Vaguely uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what have you been watching since you're so cool and watch only the highbrow animes?
A little side note. Side little tangent.
Sure, sure.
If anyone hasn't watched Total Fantasy Knockout, please go do so.
I want to talk about an 11 out of 10 show. That show is like,
So, little synopsis. It's like these two like best friends get reincarnated into a new world, and the one guy gets reincarnated as a girl, and the guy just gets reincarnated as himself.
exactly as himself.
Yep, exactly as himself. And then as they like interact with this like god of some sort, and they like make fun of him or something like that. So he like puts a curse on them that they like will fall in love with each other every time when they like uh interact or something like
Yeah,
that.
like anytime
Is
they like physically touch or something.
they like physically touch her, they like he like gave them this curse that they will like find each other attractive or something like that.
Yeah, it's really vague and weird, but
Yeah, and so these like two like best friends are like trying their hardest not to fall in love with each other.
it's like it's it's such a weird like off the wall concept. But
Yeah.
like this is a show where like I think pretty much every episode, nearly from start to finish, I was like laughing out loud until like I cried basically. Like it's so dang funny. Like
Oh yeah, and like the girl, the guy who got turned into a girl, he like has this power where like everyone that looks at him falls in love with him.
yeah.
So it like he like walks into like a town and then they all start falling in love with her with him, and they just start going to war with each other.
Yeah, it's like the show gets like so like unbelievably over the top. It's so funny. It's like
Yeah.
it's so yeah, it's worth going back to watch that one. That's like from a year or two back, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Definitely.
it's a trip.
Anyway, back to this season.
Yeah.
I have four left, I think.
I've got two.
Okay. Um,
So
then I'll
it's
just do two more. But- So the next one for me is Tonikawa.
Tonikawa.
Yeah, Tonikawa. Um, Over the Moon for You, season two.
Nice, nice. I've heard good things
Uh,
about this show. At least it's
Tonikawa
about season
Kawaii.
one.
Yeah. Synopsis is it's a romantic comedy about a guy who one day he gets saved from like Truck Coon. He gets saved from Truck Coon by this girl, and um, he kind of like confesses to the girl, and like the girl says that um she'll go out with him if he will marry her first or something like that.
Mm,
So it's about their like married life as newlyweds,
mm.
and it's very cute. It's a very cute show about them navigating their way through newlywed life, and that's it. It's kind of like just a relaxing show about that topic.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I remember like when season one was coming out, like a lot of people were talking about like how good it was. Basically, just like it was just like a great fun romance.
Yeah, it's a great fun romance. Not really. There's like zero drama, I think, from what I remember of season one.
Mm,
Zero drama, and it's just like just this wholesome romance.
yeah, there you go.
And the main character's name is NASA.
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah,
Not weird at all.
because his parents loved space, and they named him NASA.
I would be actually pretty annoyed if it's like, oh, well, we like this thing, and so that's your name now. It's like, well, that's
And
my
they
whole life.
then they introduced his like cousin, and his cousin's name is Ginga.
It's pretty good.
Which means universe in Japanese.
Right, right.
Anyway,
So
it's
hey,
uh it's a cute show. It's a cute show.
yeah, seems like a nice one. I may try watching it sometime.
All right, now we're getting into like my top three.
Go. Oh
Now
boy.
this next one is probably my third favorite of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Ancient Magus Bride season 2.
Ancient Magus Bride season 2.
Yes.
I definitely know that. I've heard of this. Maybe. No, I haven't.
So the Ancient Magus Bride is a series that came out like 5 years ago, I think.
I was gonna say, like, I remember hearing about this one like a while ago. How do you spell
Yeah.
magus? I learned. No, don't tell me. I found it. Continue your story.
Yeah, it came out I think 5 years ago. That's when it came out.
Yeah, 2017 fall. That's crazy.
And it took them this long to get a sequel. Not complaining because I'm glad we got one.
I mean, it's crazy because like
Um,
I hear about this show regularly, even like so
yeah.
you'd think that they would have been a bit more hop-tuitive on it, but
I don't know if you remember that one anime that came out a while ago. It's called Somali. Do you remember that one?
yeah, smalling the forest spirit.
Yes, that one.
That was a
Remember how
great
that
one.
one had like a really good like setting and stuff like that?
Yeah, the world was fantastic in that show.
Yeah. This one is exactly similar to that.
Okay.
It has a really good setting and um is just really fascinating just to watch. The kind of synopsis of it is that this one girl who's been like who could see spirits her entire life is kind of like thrown from place to place because she's different and can like see these things, and she's like traumatized by everything. So it leads her to end up being like sold off as a slave.
Yikes.
And um this mage, he buys her and kind of like sets her free
Mm.
and decides to like teach her to become a mage
Hmm.
because she has like some sort of power within her that is very powerful, and if she could harness that she could become like a really good mage. And it's
Okay.
kind of like about her like opening up and kind of like trusting people again and getting over her trauma.
Hmm.
And that's what kind of like season one was about, and also like kind of about the world of the mages and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, I enjoy it so much. And season two is like there's only been like 2 episodes out, I think, so far. 2 or 3 episodes, I'll say. Let me check. 3 episodes. But oh my gosh, it's so good.
Hmm.
So good. It and I love the main girl. I like the guy Elias. He's really cool too. It's just overall really good show. Really good show. It
Hmm.
it's even season 1 still holds up, and I would recommend watching it.
Okay.
And yeah, that is probably one of my favorites right now.
Fair. I'll have to. I hear about this often enough. I definitely do want to give it a look see. Make a plan to watch for season one.
Yeah, try it out.
Yeah, 'cause I do. I love me a well developed fantasy world. I feel
Yeah,
like I feel like very often the setting of anime is kind of an afterthought in some ways.
yeah,
They it tends to be like a backdrop for whatever else, and things don't aren't like well thought out or make any sense. But I like it when there's good world building, there's good like development of like I guess like the magic system, whatever else may be in place, and
yeah.
if there's good characters, even that's just a bonus. So
And I like it when the magic system is not just I raise my hand and a fireball comes out.
right, it is kind of fun to see like how some worlds would like logic it out as like what's actually the process behind it or like what's doing it or how to do it. Like
Yeah.
there's some fun stuff to be had there. So okay, neat. I
Yes.
accept
Check it out.
this. I accept this. You can. It was so good. You can share another. No, I'm kidding. I can share. Um,
No, it's your turn
it
now.
is my turn.
Pass the baton.
All right. I'm sure they're getting really tired of hearing of all my shows because I've shared so many. I'm sorry. I'm just drowning you all. Um. So here, the next one, and this is one I kind of say like my two favorites for last of the four that I've watched. Um, but so this is I'm calling right now. This is going to be like a sleeper hit for the season, in my opinion.
Okay.
But the dangers in my heart. Um,
Dangers.
I love this because it's a pretty bold premise for a show. Because basically, it's about the main character, and he is stalking this girl with the intent to kill her. Basically, like
Okay.
basically he's super obsessed with like true crime and violence, and it's like he's constantly like fantasizing about like killing people, and
Okay.
he kind of picks out this one girl because she's like the class idol. She's like the like the perfect just popular girl that everyone adores, and he's kind of like this like outcast kid that everybody thinks is kind of gloomy because he's really gloomy, and he's like goth to the nth degree. But and so he's like, all right, I'm gonna get back at these popular kids. I'll show them, and so it's all he's stalking this girl, and it's a delightful romance. Um, it's
This
I,
sounds like extremely bad.
it's
Extremely yabai.
it's
Like,
such a it does right like it's such a like it's got like because I mean I've only watched like two episodes, but I'm predicting this is gonna have kind of like a it's like a bit of a Nagatoro thing where I think it's gonna be start it's gonna I mean it even says like it has yabai in the name of the thing, but I I I think it's I don't know because as he's like obsessively like watching this girl, like he's like learning more about how she's more than just what she shows in class, and he's like realizing I don't know. Like it's just it it's really hard to explain. Like I don't know, it's just it's fascinating. Like I've never seen a show do this kind of a concept, but it's like been really interesting so far, and I kind of want to see where it goes. But let me. Yeah,
Okay.
Boku no kokoro no yabayatsu. It's yeah, I mean it's apparently it's considered a comedy. Sure, I don't know that I ever laughed yet, but it's interesting.
Oh,
It's just a very different show.
yeah, it's that is really creepy.
It's a wholesome story about premeditated murder. What more could you
That
want?
does not sound good at all. Not
It's
gonna lie to you.
it's so good.
It sounds rough.
It is delightful. I mean, I'll keep you updated because I think I really think this is going to end up being like just a phenomenal show by the time like it's like fully released. Like, and I don't know if it's going to be like
Does it like
a.
does it like kind of turn into a thing where she like tries to befriend him?
I mean, I don't know because like I mean like because like so far it's like they're sort of friends. Like it's more like because she's just like such like a naturally bubbly like happy person that she just like is just nice to everybody. And so
Mm,
like by the fact that like he's being near her more often, like he's he's seeing that and experiencing that, and it's it's such a it's just interesting because like I think the whole point of the series is going to be like how like everybody kind of is there's more to a person than like just what you see like in the public kind of like
yeah.
everybody's more developed than that, and like you can't judge somebody purely based on like the initial impression. And so I mean like I'm really curious to learn more about the I think the main character Kyotaro. I'm really curious to like learn more about like his own life. He really hasn't really been delved into too much, but I feel like there's a lot going on there that would maybe explain some of his issues maybe. And I should be
Okay.
clear that at this point nothing illegal has happened in the show, so it's fine. Is it still can be classified as wholesome, but
The artwork is different
yeah, it's just a
in the manga, at least. I'm looking at the manga right now.
okay, sure.
Anyway,
There you go.
interesting.
Is fun shows.
I am concerned for your well-being.
It's fine. Look, I'm just watching anime about uh
I think we need to have a like intervention.
look,
I think this is the last straw. I mean, first you like loved a show about a girl that died in the first episode,
look, she is
and
very dead still.
now this.
Look, you're just jealous that Siesta is the best waifu, even
Is
even post mortem. Anyway, what are you watching? Enough about me.
okay. I guess the next one, I guess I'll talk about is the obvious one in the room, Demon Slayer.
Oh right, I forgot about this one. It's on the thumbnail.
Yes, Demon Slayer season 3.
Oh boy.
Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, "Oh, Demon Slayer is pretty mid. It's like the story is eh." And I agree with you. The story is but man, is it just beautiful to watch.
Yeah. He gets all
Like,
the budget.
yeah, Ufotable is just so good at their job. They make they're just masters of animation. And
Mm,
that's the best part about Demon Slayer is just watching it unfold because it's just a fun shonen. It's better than a lot of other shonen out there. It's better than like My Hero Academia, for instance.
mm,
It's not as good as stuff like One Piece. That's like a lot more detailed. But it's kind of just like fluff, comfort food, shonen comfort food.
sure. I always did think it was a feel good anime whenever I watched it.
Well, it's not up your alley. It's pretty violent.
It is. I mean, it is good for what it is. I'll say, like, and I this is when I probably could stand to finish if I ever got around to it.
Like Demon Slayer is like I think a lot of it is overhyped, like especially like around the story front. Like the movie, everyone was like um thought the like parts of the movie were really sad, but I honestly didn't feel anything from doing those.
Mm.
Uh from seeing the movie, did not shed any tears.
Wow,
Um
Stoneheart Zyga.
Mostly because it was just like we were introduced to one character and then that character left. And then anyway, it's just there wasn't enough time to like connect. And I think
Sure.
like there with like other stuff about Demon Slayer is that I have like a lot of gripes with the plot and a bunch of the characters too.
Mm.
Like there's a lot of characters that are really just absolutely annoying.
Sure.
And um but it just makes up for it for being a spectacle to watch.
Mm. That's fair.
Um because like especially the last season, the entertainment district arc, like the the whole time you're just like watching it unfold this like um this shonen plot that's been done like 1,000 times over
Mm-hmm.
and uh but you can't just help but like get excited when you're like watching these fights unfold. And it's great. It's great. And this season is looking to be better than the others. I think it will be. I've read the manga, and I think this season will probably be my highest rated season.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, because they kind of like sidelined the annoying people.
Oh. But when do they get their chance to change and improve?
Don't. Not until later. Not until
Oh
too
man.
late.
It's too late for them. So
It's
sad.
too late for them. Yeah, Demon Slayer. Like you can't go wrong with Demon Slayer. I mean, has its ups, has its downs. It's not like the greatest anime ever made, but it's a fun time.
Sure.
And that's really all you need. It's a fun time.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I watch it like every Sunday, like right when it comes out. Like I don't do it on purpose, but it's just like when I wake up, it's usually out. Like
Sure.
so uh yeah, fun time. Fun time.
Yeah, fair, fair. I accept this submission.
And what is your final one?
My final one. It will be a shock to all, let me assure you. It's Kuma 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 Bear Punch. So good. So wholesome.
Yeah, I
I mean, I already kind of talked about this one last week, I think.
Yeah, he did.
It's so good. It's still good. Don't worry, guys. It's still good. All 3 episodes that are out so far, so good. If it was possible to condense happiness into a digital form that could then be consumed by the eyes and ears, it would be this show. It's so dadgum pleasant. There there
Yeah.
there's no overarching story. It's extremely episodic. It's just a girl in a bear costume just making her way through life, just trying to enjoy her pancakes and fight her snake monsters. And that's all you need. I don't know. It's I've already kind of talked about it before. It's kind vaguely an isekai. She isekais with like a bear costume that like all of her stats are tied to the costume, so she can't take it off if she wants to have the stats. And then so she everybody calls her the bloody bear because she's incredibly overpowered in her bear costume, and is
Yeah.
delightful. Like it's just a fun, good time. Oops.
Kuma bear.
Like I mean, this is another one was like I don't know. It's not one like I would just like blank check, just like recommend to anybody. Like this is definitely like a show for a certain niche. Like if you're looking for like a relaxing isekai kind of like iyashike slice of life kind of a thing, this is a great one. But I like it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I know. I one of these days I'll watch it. One of these days. It's kind of like on my radar
right.
to watch.
Like if you ever do watch it, I would actually almost say because see that one thing I don't like with season one is that they kind of lie to you a little bit, um, because episode one is 100% different from what the rest of the show is.
Yeah.
They try to bill it as being like, oh, this is gonna be like a really action focused, exciting kind of show, and after episode one, that never is the case. It's like episode one's like really weird. Like I don't even think I think canonically what happens in episode one is like chapter 9 of like volume one of the light novel. Like they kind of they kind of skew it a little bit to try to fake you out a little bit. But anyway, it is a good show. The light novels are better, but such is the way of things. So what is
Yeah.
your
My last one.
yeah?
All right.
Is it Cafe
Well,
Terrace and its goddesses?
no, it's the Pretty Cure one.
Oh, okay.
Just
I've
kidding.
I've heard people like
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, no.
the One
So Shinoko, of
Piece. Oh,
course.
okay.
So Shinoko, of
It started
course.
with an O. I thought so. Oh,
As a reader of the manga,
yeah. How would you rate it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Wow.
Its
Ranked
first episode
number
was
one right now. Holy crap.
it's ranked number one on my anime list right now.
God, it's probably
For,
mid
for,
as hell then if it actually is appealing to people.
for good reason. It's really good.
I don't know. You really
After
trust
you
my anime list's opinion of anime?
after you watch episode one, you'll get this feeling. You'll get this compellingness to read the manga.
Sure, sure.
That's literally happened to like my static.
Yeah.
My Final Fantasy 14 static. One person they were talking about it. They watched episode one and then they were like, "Well, I guess we're going down the rabbit hole." And then they fell into the rabbit hole. So Oshinoko has the worst synopsis.
Is this a Rereading this, it still doesn't sound like a good time.
Yes, it has the weirdest synopsis ever. It will just make you just facepalm. The synopsis is that the main character is this gynecologist, and he
Bold move, by the
uh
way.
one day his like idol that he really likes comes into comes to his office, and she's pregnant, and he decides to deliver their baby safely, her baby safely, and um lo and behold, at like one point he gets killed, and then he gets reincarnated as her baby.
Sure. So where does it
And
get
there's
weird?
like that's the weird part. And he has all of his memories as he's this baby, and he has this like twin sister who is also like someone that's been reincarnated before, who has a previous life. And it's kind of about them growing up and being a like uh because they're both like idol, they think like she's like their idol or something like that. They're like their stands or whatever.
Sure, sure.
So it's kind of about their lives. And the best part about this series is it's not like just the idol stuff, because like at first glance you think, oh, this is just a show about idols, but that's not it. It
Mm-hmm.
the show is about the Japanese entertainment industry and the entertainment industry as a whole.
Mm.
It shows like the what it's actually like, um doing stuff in the entertainment industry. Like, let's say it ranges from doing stuff in movies to plays to VTubing to um, uh, everything under the sun, really, that is in the entertainment industry. And yeah, I agree. The synopsis really does sound like fan fiction. It really sounds like something that's like this has no right to be good at all.
It doesn't, right?
But but the first episode, like I'd recommend just watching the first episode. It's an hour and a half long.
Hour and a
Um,
half?
yeah,
Yes.
it's
It's oh,
so I'd recommend watching that entire episode, like all the way through, and then give your opinions on it, because it's it's a show that has a genre shift, like at the end of that episode, and it kind of like switches to it's I wouldn't say a genre shift. It's more like a directional shift,
hmm.
and it really turns into um, a show that you would never think would go in this direction.
Hmm.
From like the start of the series, plus the synopsis, it goes in a direction that you wouldn't think,
Okay.
and I love it. And the manga is extremely intense, and um, just like shows a side of culture that's kind of like it's kind of like informative in some ways.
Hmm.
It's kind of like, oh, so that's how it's really like. And the author Akasaga Aka, he really likes writing stories like that. He likes writing stories that are kind of like informative a little bit, or kind
Hmm.
of like more to real life. And Kaguya was kind of like that as well. He said in an interview, he was like, I wanted to write a real romance, a romance that um, that revolved around real, kind of like real situations that you would come across in your life.
Hmm.
And he did that perfectly with Kaguya, and it was a major hit. And this is him in his element with this show. And it's literally I wasn't wrong. I was saying this is going to be the best anime of the year, and it's going to be the best anime of the year.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down.
It it
I
might it it might even get close to like anime of the decade. It will probably be up there in like the top 5 of the decade. I'm calling it right now.
You're gonna tell me with a straight face that show is gonna beat out. Um, let's see here. Chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army.
Yes.
That's a bold claim.
But yeah, I just want to say that like if you're on the fence about it, because it's kind of like getting a lot of popularity right now.
Hmm.
I would say just try the first episode out, watch the whole thing,
Can I watch it
and
at 3x
then
speed so that it still looks like it's just a half hour episode?
no.
Oh,
Yeah, watch the entire episode. Give it like an objective opinion,
you're asking for a
and
lot of attention span from me. That's,
it's basically 3 episodes in one because
I
like
guess you're right.
the because like the first half of the first like volume of the manga is kind of like a prologue, and the real story starts after that.
Hmm.
And so episode 1 is basically the prologue, them setting up everything.
Okay.
Uh, it's basically like all set up.
Okay. So that's kind of like with
So
what they did with the detectives already dead,
yeah,
where episode one is all set up for that.
exactly. But they have like 3 times the amount of time instead of a 30-minute episode. They have
Well, detective was already dead. It
hour.
was a 1 hour special.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, for the first episode.
Yeah, it's similar to that then.
So okay.
And let me tell you, it will make you feel things. Like the manga makes you feel things.
Yeah.
It's it's great. It's great. But don't take my word for it. All I'll say is just like just try it out. Just give it a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, those are the anime that I'm watching this season.
Cool, cool, cool. I will say that
Overall,
most of your choices were okay.
yep, they're great.
Yeah. You're not watching Magic and Muscle.
See, I'd rather watch Magic and Muscles than that Dangers in My Heart.
God, I look. You want to talk about like sleeper hits? I genuinely believe like when the show has like all 12 episodes out, I think this is gonna be like a genuine like classic anime.
I don't
Like
know. I just don't want to see like a guy being like who wants to be a serial killer. That just sounds weird.
it's fine. Look,
It's like
everyone's got
a
hobbies.
serial killer raising project. That's what it sounds like.
Well, I mean, God, are you judging a book by its cover? Can't believe you.
No, I'm judging it by how you were describing it.
I was
Sounds
describing it so
wild.
accurately.
You were. That was making it more about yabai.
It's so good. Are you saying you've never, not even a one time, had a fantasy where you box cutterify your entire class?
Never, ever.
Well, you might be disappointed by episode one of the show then.
The only thing I wanted to box cutter when I was at high school was my math textbook.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wanted to rip that thing to shreds because I hate math.
Harsh. But calculus is so useful for everyday life.
No, it's not.
Could be if you were a calcular. Who I don't even know who uses, but anyway, as an aside. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see who comes out on top, Mr. Oshinoko. We'll see where the what ball lies in what court by the end of the season. You think you're so hot that you're gonna say that Oshinoko is gonna be better than my one hit kill sister, which I concede you might win that battle, but
Look, and and I'm saying this like with the Oshinoko, like it's going to be more popular than Demon Slayer, and that's a crazy thought.
I
And like
mean,
more people right now are talking about like more about Oshinoko than Demon Slayer season 3.
right?
And Demon Slayer's been like the hit. It and Attack on Titan, like everyone have just been like talking about for years, and now here comes this one where everyone's talking about it.
Mm,
So, so yeah, try it out. It'll be good.
yeah,
And I'm talking to you, Grayson. You should try it out.
I'll try it. I can watch good shows sometimes too.
Like, watch episode 1. Just do it for me. Do it for me.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll watch your gynecology show.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, I can't say it's gonna be the most you buy thing I've watched this season since I've already clearly admitted to watching way other worse things at the moment. We'll watch Oshinoko.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make you a deal here.
Sure,
If you watch Oshinoko, I will try out and watch Kuma 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 Bear. Okay.
sure. If you want, I mean, I, I can take an educated guess and say it's probably not your cup of tea, but if you want to give it a shot, go for it.
I mean, I like Iyashikike stuff, and Isekai stuff is not that bad. I'm not like super against uh Isekai stuff.
Sure, but yeah, I mean, I'll watch Oshinoko. I'll try to make time for it. So maybe by next episode, I can share some thoughts.
Okay. Hopefully,
But
weekly
yeah,
Oshinoko segment.
yeah, yeah. I think that pretty much is. I mean, that's at least everything we've watched. So, and I'm sure there's probably some other good stuff out there because it's impossible to watch everything these days. Whenever every new season. So I guess if anybody out there has got a show that they're enjoying and want to share it with the class, feel free to whether you share it now or share it in the comments below if you're watching the VOD. I think people do that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of other ones that we missed that I was kind of like interested in watching, but like I kind of wanted to limit myself because I didn't want to like just watch every single thing available, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, I think when I was initially, like, going through, I saw, like, 10 or 11 shows that I was interested in watching. And I'm hopefully going to watching, like, I think I've watched 4 so far. There might be, like, 1 or 2 more I'll try to add. But, I mean, there's always, the nice thing about having so much anime these days is that there's at least a couple of things that'll be interesting to you every season, right? It's going to be really rare for someone to be like, look at the whole lineup of a season, and be like, there's nothing this time. It's all Garbo.
Last season was kind of like weak compared to like the previous seasons, but This one is like back to a lot of good stuff.
Right. Yeah, I think I don't know. There's some good stuff for sure. So yeah, I think we'll probably call it here, and then next week I can give some Oshi thoughts, and then I don't know if we really made any plans about what the next episode will be about per se, but I'm sure we'll think of something. And again, if anybody has suggestions or topics or shows or whatnot for us to discuss, feel free to share those. I think we have a channel in the Discord actually too. Maybe.
We can talk about how terrible your opinions are.
I mean that'd be a really short episode because I've only ever had good ideas. So I mean we'd open the episode and be like, no, Grayson's never wrong actually. We'll see you next week. And that'd be the whole episode, Zyga. Do you think people want to sit and watch that?
Well, yeah, I think I would watch episode of us talking about how bad your opinions are.
Yeah. All right. I think it'd have to be we'd have to do that episode like in person though, so I can punch you periodically. But anyway, um, I think we all know that I've never a one time suggested a bad show or enjoyed a show that's not good. We can all agree that I've only watched good stuff here.
No, I
There's
don't think anyone here agrees with that.
oh
I
I
think that like
I
everyone knows that you watch weird things.
no I make good choices. I'm a responsible person. I I don't know what you're talking about. I enjoy only the finest things. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. See, yeah, it's already after 10. Oops, this went a little bit long. Somehow that happened. But uh, yeah. Well, Zyga, thanks for joining me tonight. Um, I really appreciate you. Pitching in a little bit, you know, doing your pinky fingers worth of effort to the content tonight. Is you know every little bit helps, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, you know, the shoe is on the other foot. Okay, like during deep anime dive stuff, you were the one that watched everything, and then I was the one that watched like maybe like three or four.
Yeah, that's true.
And you literally talked all the time about what you watched.
It's yeah, and it was all good stuff. Nothing questionable ever.
And yeah, so the shoe's on the other foot now.
I You're all wrong. Tune ban yourself. I don't think you can actually. I'll. Oh, you just you wait, Hatun. As soon as I learn how to ban somebody, you're gone skis. That'll be the end for you. Lucky I don't know how to use Twitch.
See, Hatun like knows. He's on my side. He knows.
Curse all of you.
He knows the truth.
Surrounded by bad friends is what I am. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. I'm getting sleepy. For some reason, I'm feeling awfully defensive. I don't know why. But yeah. So this
Isn't
is
that,
huh?
isn't that just a normal day for you?
No, not
Always on the defensive.
not always. Sometimes the universe isn't repeatedly kicking me in the stomach. But we're gonna yeah. So this was a fun episode. I always loved doing like the seasonal previews and seasonal reviews. So it's like one of my favorite episodes to do because you just get to talk about like a bunch of shows and have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy it as well.
So yeah, and I guess we'll probably like maybe not like every week. We'll probably can periodically like update folks on how the show's going, and by the end of the season, we'll do a proper review of everything, see what ended up standing the test of time and whatnot. So that'll be fun. And then yeah, we'll have more and other things in the weeks to come that we'll be talking about because there's many much animes and many much cultural things, I guess, that we can talk about. I think that's enough for me. Oh,
All right.
uh, yeah, I think that's it. Join the Discord if you haven't. It's a pretty cool Discord. And we were watching anime tomorrow, watching Trigun Stampede. For those who want to join in on that. Zyger, are you doing any streaming or anything this week?
Yes, I'll be streaming tomorrow.
Okay.
I more UCOB.
All right, for Final Fantasy 14.
Yes, Final Fantasy 14.
Okay. Nice, nice.
Yeah, more UCOB. I think we're on what is it called? Heaven's Fall Trio still. And I'm on Copium that we're going to get past that soon.
You know what? You're gonna get it done first try tomorrow.
I hope so. I hope so. We got it to it 3 times last time, so consider that a win, you know.
Mm, that's pretty good. I mean, I assume it's very difficult. So,
And I'm going to try and stream Ryza afterwards.
mm,
It really
okay,
just depends on like my mood.
sure, sure.
Um yeah, Ryza's been fun. I have only played it like a couple times so far, but I've really enjoyed it.
That's good. Yeah, it seems like a fun, cutesy game. So
Yeah.
it's really made me curious to check them out a bit more because it's like I always hear about that series, but it actually seems like it's pretty decent. So very,
Yeah.
very cool.
And yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Nice. So, all right. I think that'll be it then. So, guess we'll head out of here. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out and chat Amanes. Thanks to Hatun and Lala and Nightchan and Smo. I think there were other folks kind of stopped in and out, but
Yeah.
it was fun hanging out with y'all. I hope y'all have good nights as well. I guess good night to you too, Zygo.
Yes.
Even if you do say mean things to me sometimes. But we're gonna go.
I don't know what you're talking about. I always say nice things.
You know what? Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and head out. See you next Tuesday for more of this. We'll see you other nights for more of other things. And yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.